Bonjour, good afternoon. This is Kathy Chavers, Tribal Chair with your weekly update. I'm happy to report Bois Forte has no active cases and no one in quarantine or isolation. We're doing an excellent job here with regards to combating the virus, and I want to commend the community and all our workers and everybody around the area. Bois Forte has received phase 1 of our COVID vaccines, and the first shipment came in on Tuesday, and once we received them, they had to be used by Friday, just because of these are the Pfizer vaccines, which have to be stored at those really low, extremely low temperatures. And so the first phase of the Pfizer vaccine is going to be offered to healthcare workers, emergency workers, tribal police, elders of highest risk as determined by our Bois Forte clinic providers, language fluent elders, IT clinic maintenance, Head Start and teachers. That's our first group, but it is too very dependent on number one, if they want the vaccine, which we can't force people to take the vaccine, and number two, if how many vaccines we get. And so the other thing is that the clinic staff will be calling those individuals this week and arranging for their injections. Phase 2 will be the Moderna shot for Bois Forte, and the Moderna will be before the FDA on Thursday. And if it is approved, we estimate an arrival date in the week of December 28th. Then whenever an order comes in, we'll be vaccinating more people if they want to. The phase 2 process for Bois Forte will be offered to elders of record 65 and older, and then other Bois Forte elders. The clinic staff will call those who are interested in having the shot and arrange injection. The injection to include home injections if necessary, and specific protocols will be followed. Phase 3 will be the Moderna vaccine or other vaccine if it's Pfizer, because the more they roll out their vaccines, the more they're going to be distributed. The date range for that will be determined, because with the Pfizer vaccine, each Moderna and Pfizer each have 2 injections, and so with the Pfizer vaccine, it's 21 days after your first injection you will get your second injection, and then with the Moderna it's 28 days after that. So I know that there have been no really side effects yet, or some of the sickness involved with the first shots. I did see on the news the other day with the Pfizer shot that individuals did get sick the second shot the next day. So I know they were recommending for staff that are taking the second shot to maybe take the next day off. But things change every day. But that's kind of where we're at with regards to our vaccines here at Bois Forte. And we were very happy to see that IHS got the first shipment and that we did receive our shots. So our vaccines are here, and we'll be contacting elders and others when the Moderna hopefully will be past Thursday, and get that shipment in. The other thing is, we know that the federal government is still trying to come up with more of a stimulus package. We do know that tribes and tribal language is included in that. Not the ANCs are included, but not within the tribal government portion, which is the Alaska Native corporations. That was an issue with the last CARES package, where the Alaska Native corporations received funding that the tribes were supposed to, and it's still in court. So there's still money out there from the first CARES package, but we have to wait for the court case to end. But we're very hopeful that the federal government will get a stimulus package passed along with a budget, so we don't get a government shutdown. We do not need that at this time. The other thing I want to mention is that our 7 Grandfather Teaching Series will be happening with our mental health department. And Wednesday, which is tonight, there will be a session from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. The next one will be December 30th, and then January 13th, and then January 27th. And it's going to be broken down into 4-part series, and you should attend each session to capture all of the 7 teachings, because each session will not be the same. So come and learn about the 7 Generations Grandfathers teachings. It's on Zoom, and the speaker is James Vukolich. This information is also on our website, And the call-in number is 1-888-788-0099. Zoom meeting ID number is 962-7971-3513. Okay, so that takes care of the 7 grandfathers teachings. The other thing is, with the tribal consultation, we did have a consultation with District 2 and 42 these past week. And one thing that was brought up by Travis Vaki, our career specialist and education person, is that the social studies are now out, the social studies standards are now out for public comment. And this year, more than ever, we've had Tribal Nations Executive Committee members involved with the social studies standards, along with, I believe Travis is on there, Travis Vaki, our career specialist. We are trying to incorporate Native American history into our social studies curriculum. And this is through the state of Minnesota, so it's really important that people comment on these standards, because this is our chance to get our history into the classrooms for our K through 12 individuals. To go on the social studies standards, you can go on www.surveymonkey.com/r/28 capital N capital V S33. And this is called the Minnesota Academic Standards for Social Studies. We will put this out on our website also and our Facebook page, so please, it's a 30-day comment period. Please make sure you get those comments out there, because we do want to incorporate our tribal history in the social studies standards. I do also want to give a plug, now that we have a new president-elect, Biden and Kamala Harris as a vice president, Bois Forte or Nett Lake really did a good job in the election. I did get some numbers from the DFL here locally, and in 2018 we had 77 registered voters and only 44 people voted in 2018. In this last election we had 104 voters registered and we had 77 voted. That's good. The more numbers we have, the better off it is. And so with any upcoming elections, we want to ensure people to get registered and vote, because it's very important. We all know, and I think tribal people know, that we help with the elections tremendously, and we help with the Obama election, and now we really did help with the Biden election. So it's very important. Every vote does matter, so don't think it doesn't. Also, we have put in a grant application with the Indian Housing Block Grant for a $4.4 million elderly housing complex, both one in Nett Lake and one in Vermilion, and these are for 8 units with 1 and 2 bedrooms to be constructed in Nett Lake and Vermilion. And these are on a competitive grant, and it's a scoring process for the grant, but at least we've got our application in because we know of the need for our elderly housing. And we really are very thankful for Dave Dance, Doris Isham, and Sidra Whiteman for working on that grant, and also the other individuals involved, Teresa Morrison and Kim Greiner. It's very important that we get this grant, and we're keeping our fingers crossed and hopeful. If we don't, we will seek other funding for this, but we do have an idea of what we're looking at and what we're looking for, and locations. The Nett Lake location will be by the Assisted Living Center where the old Nett Lake ball field is. And then the other location in Vermilion will be right next to Lake Vermilion by our fitness center. So with that, I would like to end this with, there will be no video next week due to Christmas. On behalf of the Tribal Council, we'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We also want to say Chimegwich to everybody for your thank yous regarding the packages that we sent out with our wild rice and our mental health program for their little smudge packages with cedar and asema. And so thank you though for having that, thank you to us, because we don't usually hear a lot of positive things, we only hear a lot of negative things. And so it really warms the heart when you hear those thank yous coming from all our tribal members. It was a really great idea. A lot of staff put some time in, and it took a long time. We started this project in July. But it's really nice to see the thank yous from our tribal members. So, gee, Miigwech, and everybody have a safe and happy holidays. Wear your masks, social distance, be safe, and we will see you actually next week. Have a good day. Bye.